Yeah, she's upset about something.
作戦に乗り気じゃないらしいな。
今までと同じやり方じゃ何も変わらない。それは分かってるんだ。でもな、かなりピンチ。
迷いがあるならやめた方がいい。
終わったみたい。
投げ出してきてたのか。
揉めちゃって。そうだ、なんか飲む？
ティファ、決起会だ。うまいもんたっぷり出してくれ。
うん。
次は俺たちだけでやることにする。お前は仕事探しでもしてろ。
もともとそのつもりだ。契約がなければ手伝う義理はない。
そう言うと思ったぜ。ほら、残りの報酬だ。気持ち上乗せしといてやった。これで晴れて契約終了だ。さあ、悪いが席を外してくれ。身内だけでやりたいんだな。
誘ったのにごめんね。みんなと話してるうちに、なんだろう、この闘争とは無関係のクラウドに頼りすぎかなって。
ジェシー、まだか？
今行く。本当ごめん。
気にするな。
会の後でゆっくり話したいな。
気遣いならいい。
ジェシー、我慢の限界っす。
じゃあ後で。ごめん、お待たせ。乾杯。
Whoa, that's kind of like, I don't know, it feels wrong that Cloud is alone and then they're in their own groups, even Tifa with Barret. Oh, I feel for Cloud.
大一番が控えてんだぞ。
だからこそっすよね。ああ。余計なことを忘れて集中できるぞ。
こういうの久しぶりだね。
So,
本家から追い出されてみんなでやけ食いした時以来っす。
where to next?
追い出されてない。
あいつらなんだ。
Should we go back home or look for a job?
待ってりゃ必ず現れる。
おい、まったく。
兄ちゃん、近所の人かい？
まあな。
右腕が銃になっている大男を知ってるか？この辺りに根城があるらしい。
どうだろ
はは、鋭いね。金の匂いを嗅ぎつけたな。
う。500でどうだ。
200。
300だ。
まあいい。じっくり聞かせてもらうぜ。こっちだ。
Seriously? They're gonna do that to Cloud? It's kind of like, it's cool. I'll meet you at the back. And we'll beat you up. Really? Like they're gonna escort him.
見てんじゃねえ。
The way he walks is kind of funny. I was going to say something, but something. Oh yeah. I kind of remember that there's actually like another prequel before Crisis Core. It's Before Crisis, which is actually a game, or I think it was a Japanese. Wait. Wait a minute. Are they gonna go in or just here? Isn't this where the rats were? Oh, I guess we did exterminate them, so. Okay, let's see what happens.
二度も言わせるな。どうだろ
てめえ、知らねえんだな。
シンラの末端か。
シンラも一目置くお方のアシスタントよ。
だからどうした？
Okay, seriously, they're gonna pick a fight with Cloud. But hey, they don't really know any better. Okay. They're not easy to kill based on the damage you do to their life. It takes a while. Okay, so while we're fighting them, like I said before, there's actually you know how I keep saying that Crisis Core is the prequel to Final Fantasy VII, like the original one? There's actually another prequel to the prequel, which is before Crisis. It's a Japanese. It was a Japanese exclusive mobile game featuring the Turks. If you followed any Final Fantasy like 7 gameplay or any material related to it, there's usually the mention of the Turks. In Crisis Core, we encountered them when Genesis first attacked Shinra. So the ones that we know, the most popular would be Tsang, Reno, and Rude. So they're part of the Turks member, and also Vincent Valentine. He was a Turk member before. Then I think if I remember it correctly, he became Lucrezia's. Am I saying that like Lucrezia's bodyguard? And also, there was an anime that's titled Before Crisis Core. I think I know I watched it like a few years ago when it came out. So there's that. So there's actually 2 prequels to the original Final Fantasy VII game. Also, if I remember correctly, you know how I mentioned Dirge of Cerberus? It was actually that happened after Final Fantasy VII, the original game, I think, if I'm correct. Also, there's remember if you are familiar with Final Fantasy X2, there's a kid in the Gullwings airship named Shinra. Who? Well, we made short work of them. Anywho, that's experience and also a bit of money from them, so it's not really all bad. Okay, so where are we off to again? Are we going back to bed? I guess, since we are not really part of Avalanche's meeting. We never check. Oh, there's Jessie. I guess.
おかえり。遅かったね。なんつって。はあ、話があるんだけど入れてくれない？じゃあ前置きはなしで。
Oh, fire
今度
materia?
は何の例だ？
次の作戦に押せなかったお詫び。
Oh,
じゃないとしたらなんだ。
maybe it's a summon materia.
いい感してる。でもこれ他のメンバーには内緒にしてよね。今夜のうちに解決しておきたい個人的な問題なの。
今夜？
そう、一緒に7番街、プレートの7番街まで行ってほしいんだ。目的はみちみち話すから。
俺は構わないが、明日は大仕事だろ？
そうだけど今やらないともっと大変なことになるから。 ねえ、話は決まったってことでいい？手付金代わりね。
Oh, oh, it's a summon. It's Ifrit. He's one of my favorite. How do I call it?
私の計算だと出発したら朝まで戻れない。準備は今のうちにしっかりね。終わったら教えて。
Okay. Okay, so Ifrit is actually one of my favorite. How should I call it? Is it summons in this game? Because there are a few ways that you could actually call it. One is Aeon's summons, and then I think in Final Fantasy 12 they were called what was it? Espers? Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and switch between summon and Aeon because Esper is, if I don't know if I'm right about the Esper thing for Final Fantasy 12, but whatever. So yeah, Ifrit is one of my favorite Aeons from the Final Fantasy franchise. He's always a constant in all of the games, so yeah. Okay, also like,
じゃあ夜になったら駅に集合。
okay, also, so I mentioned in one of my videos in Final Fantasy Crisis Core, Ifrit is actually okay, so Ifrit is actually a middle I can't pronounce it, Middle Eastern Jinn. So yeah, there's that. Also, what was I saying about Final Fantasy X X2? If you're familiar with the boy named Shinra in the Gullwing's airship, it was actually confirmed by Yoshinori Kit.
鉄道今夜はもうないぞ。奴ら終電を早めたんだ。というわけでバイクを借りてきたからこれで上行こうぜ。
どうしてわかったの？
ジェシー様子が変だったっすよ。なんか俺たちと話してても心ここにあらずというか。
かと思えばやたらとハイだったりよ。
それにしたってどうして上へ行くってわかるの？何？私起きたまま寝言言った？
両親の顔見ておきたいだろうなって思ったっす。
図星だろう。
いてててて。
で、ほんとずうずうしいと思うんだけど、親のいない俺たちにも親孝行気分のお裾分けをだな。
クラウド、親は？
ああ、いない。
じゃあみんなで行くか。親不幸の痛みを分け合おう。
That's actually pretty nice. Is Jessie going to ride with him, or is it gonna be Briggs? Or oh, it is Jessie. Well, I would also ride with Cloud.
みんな新しい ID は持ったね。
へい、姉子。
行くぜ野郎ども。
よっしゃ飛ばせ。はいっす。
聞こえる？
ああ。
上に行く理由、リックスたちの想像とは違うんだよね。ほら、一番魔航路の爆発すごかったでしょ。
魔法が誘爆した。そう言ってなかったか？
うん。でもあれは願望。やっぱり私の責任なんだよね。設計図の指定よりも強力な火薬ユニットを乗せちゃったんだ。原因はどう考えて
Okay,
も。
well, I guess he can't actually ride the bike with the sword on his back because Jessie's there.
それでどうする気だ？
次に使う爆弾の火薬ユニットを差し替えるつもり。でもどうしても売人と連絡がつかないからシンラの倉庫からいただいちゃおうかと。
シンラの？まず無理だな。
そこでクラウドの出番。ID スキャン来る。
無事通過。
ここから厳しくなるから。
どういうことだ？
偽造 ID で身元はバレないけど、こんな時間にスキャンがあったら。
警備が動く。
そういうこと。
おいおい、マジっすか。
でもクラウドいるし余裕でしょ。ねえ、バイクの運転わかるよね。
ソルジャーはバイク任務も多い。
さすが。じゃあ華麗な運転で私を酔わせてくれる？
遠くを見ても酔わない。
来た来た。
楽しそうだな。
そりゃもう。だって一緒に危機を乗り越えた男と女は。
殺す。
Okay, so before I forget, this actually reminds me of that fight Cloud had with Yasu and Luz in Final Fantasy Advent Children, because it was so amazing. But yeah, and then with the music, it kind of hyped things up, so it's really good. So like police. Ooh. Jess is really enjoying this. Yeah, so if you haven't seen Advent Children, I really do recommend that you watch it. It's a really great movie.
警告されたら素直に止まるわけ？
そりゃ止まらねえけどよ。
でしょ？力の上等。
Okay, so Yaz and Lasu were actually remnants of Sephiroth, so the fight scene in the tunnel in Advent Children was actually more action-packed, but hey.
ついでだ。
ありがとう。でもちょっとスピードが落ちてない？
気にするな。
Okay, so let's get back to topic. Like we said, if you know Shinra from Final Fantasy X-2, the boy on the Gull Wings airship, there's actually a said connection, or at least a fan theory that connects him to the Shinra in Final Fantasy VII, which was confirmed by Yoshinori Kitase way back in an interview in like 2008. So the theory goes that Final Fantasy X or X-2 was actually before the start of the Final Fantasy VII franchise. Or yeah, so basically the Shinra kid in the Gull Wings airship is said to be the Shinra, or the ancestor of the Shinra company that's existing in Final Fantasy VII. So how's that? Yeah, anywho. What else? I'm kind of curious how I'll do if I was the one playing the game in the tunnel. So curious. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that when I get back. I don't know if I don't want to like re-record it, or maybe I'm just gonna do like a live stream. I don't know yet. Also, I think there was like a plan to make Sephiroth and Aerith actually siblings, and then lovers, and then they eventually like settled with the role that they currently have in the Final Fantasy VII universe. Which, like, Aerith is like a Cetra, and then Sephiroth is like the Genova experiment. So there. I'm not sure if you actually know that, but yeah, it was a planned, I don't know, connection between them before, or the pre-production of the game. Ooh. Wait, who's that? it's kind of funny, like I've been referencing the I don't know, like the game loading mechanism or the mechanics for Final Fantasy VII with Kingdom Hearts, and it is kind of like Kingdom Hearts with a side button, and then you can only like press triangle. But yeah, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts in a while, so I need to play that again because I only played 1 and 2, and then 3 I haven't touched that yet. So that's also like one of the games I want to play when I get back.
このまま駅に向かうのか。
車庫へお願い。ああ、2
Ooh,
人のツーリングもおしまいか。
Jessie's really enjoying this.
聞こえない。
聞こえているし
And then she's gonna ride with Cloud when they go back. Oh. You know, this looks really fun to control Cloud and then like kill the enemies as you go. I remember there's like this, I'm not sure, I think it's Resident Evil Damnation. There was a scene where Leon was on a bike being chased by zombie dogs. That would have been like a really cool part of the game, or reaction time, if they're gonna include that in a game, if they're going to like, I don't know, make a game out of it. But yeah, it was a good movie. It wasn't that great, but it was good. Wait, what? A soldier? He just looks like Genesis, and then he kinda reminds me of Yazu. No, Yazu. No, Loz. Kinda reminds me of Loz.
俺に言ってるのか。
他に誰がいる
断る。
あー聞こえない聞こえない
But is he?
遅すぎて耳に届かないよ
Is he?
いい質問だお嬢さん私はロー私の顔を呼ぶHe's the Junkie Town
I know he's a new character, but he's... Oh,
いいね楽しくなってきた
he's just a ladies guy. Okay, so he's after us, but well, I guess I can understand at some level. He's like one of those guys who likes competition but talks too much, or like they're sent after they're sent after you to kill you, but at the same time they enjoy talking to the target. That makes sense.
バイクが持たねえぞ
Also, if you're not familiar with the Final Fantasy like series, Sid is always like a recurring character, or like a constant. There's always a character that's named Sid in every Final Fantasy game. So yeah, that's I don't know, maybe an Easter egg or something. Because as far as I know, every Final Fantasy game has a Sid. Different names, different jobs, but it's always a Sid. This is actually pretty cool. I mean, he's chasing you with lightning. I don't know, he kind of feels like a character that would be at home with Final Fantasy 13. Speaking of that game, I actually played that before, but I kind of found it boring. Like when you already have hope and you were going to, I forgot, but it was just boring for me. I couldn't really understand the falsy and the falsy thing. But who knows? I mean, I've kind of been itching to play that game for a while, so if I get the chance, I'm gonna play it. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna like put it on the channel because, like I said, it was boring. Whoa. Rush kind of feels like, am I pronouncing his name right? He kind of feels like a ladies' man. Also, Cloud's bike is much more, cooler in Advent Children. What? Nice. So nice. What's up with this hair? It's a mullet.
やったな。
やったっす。まだ浮かれない。増援が来る前に隠れるよ。
Okay, I guess Cloud gained a friend. Also, his hair reminds me of like cheese bread. There's actually like I'll show it in the screen, but back at home it's called cheese bread. It has like a croissant feel to it, or look to it. So you'll see when I put an image of it. Driving. Cloud's pretty confident. Jessie's just flirting with Cloud at this point. Holy crap. But it's true. I want Cloud's earrings though. But if I were in Jessie's position, I would be doing the same thing, to be honest. Anywho, okay, so I guess that's the end of the video. I hope you like the gameplay, and yeah, leave a share, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.